Hello everyone. So let me take you to the story of Uttara. If you have followed my story on Subhadra, you have heard me mention Uttara. Today I will be taking you to Uttara, and this story will be divided into two parts. Today part 1, where till Uttara gets married, and the next day will be after Uttara gets married. So without much ado, let me take you to the kingdom of Matsya. And in this kingdom, which is a very, very beautiful kingdom, there is this beautiful palace, and inside that palace are the ladies' chambers. All the women of the palace, they stay in those ladies' chambers. And in those ladies' chambers also stays the daughter of Virat, the Virat Nandini. Virat Nandini means daughter of Virat. So in that palace stays Uttara, the daughter of Virat. Uttara is a girl in her early teens. She is someone who's of a very happy disposition, loves to play with dolls, loves to play with colors, and she loves to dance, and she's generally someone who is extremely cheerful and very, very beautiful. I mean, the poet, in the Mahabharata, there's a lot of description about Uttara's beauty. Very, very beautiful. One day, walks in a person in that lady's chamber, and Uttara's life changes forever. So one day, while Uttara was playing with her dolls, she looks up and she sees a very, very handsome lady who looked like a man walking in, wearing beautiful women's clothes, walking in with a lot of grace and announcing that this person is going to be the dance teacher of the girls in the palace chambers. Yes, the king Virat had appointed this particular person, whose name was Brihannala, to be the teacher of the girls of the palace. Uttara was that meant that Uttara was going to learn dancing from this beautiful, handsome teacher. And Uttara took to dancing. Uttara took to dancing, and more than taking to dancing, she really took to this teacher. There was a lot of, Uttara bloomed under this teacher. And this teacher would indulge her, She loved to play with her dolls, and she loved to play with colors, and this teacher, Brihannala, would really, really indulge her. So one day, while Uttara was sitting inside her chambers, playing with her dolls, and generally talking to the other girls, walks in Prince Uttar. Prince Uttar is, of course, Uttara's brother, the son of Virat. So, Uttara is sitting, walks in her brother Uttar Kumar, and along with that, Brihannala is also there, her dance teacher. And there is also another person called Malini. Malini was the assistant to the Queen Sudeshna. Who is the Queen Sudeshna? Uttara's mother. So I'm making it very clear. Uttara is sitting, walks in Uttar's brother, Uttar Kumar, who is Uttara's brother. On one side is Brihannala, who is generally indulging his student, just while Uttara is playing with her dolls, Brihannala is just watching, doing her own things. And there is also Malini, who is the queen's help. So when Uttar Kumar comes in, he was talking to his sister and generally talking about things and sundry. And suddenly, while talking, he says that, I'm very, very upset, and I'm kind of really angry because the Kauravas have taken away have been taking away most of our cattle. The Kurus have been taking away most of our cattle. And because I don't have a good charioteer, I can't really go for a battle with them. Suddenly, Malini, who was the queen's help, looks at Brihannala and says, do you know who this person is? Uttar Kumar is like, yeah, who, what? Malini says, do you know, this person had been the charioteer of Arjun. Why don't you take his help? Uttar Kumar says, yeah, I need a charioteer. And Brihanala immediately says that, no, I am primarily a dance teacher. Yes, I was the charioteer of Arjun, but now I'm primarily a dance teacher. I really can't do this. Uttar Kumar says, well, I'm the prince and I command you that you have to be my charioteer. What to do? Brihanala has to agree. The prince has ordered. So Brihanala starts preparing. While Brihanala is leaving the palace, the sweet little Uttara comes to Brihanala and says, listen, can you do me a favor? And Brihanala says, what? Well, after you fight that battle, can you just get me those lovely turbans of the Kurus, of Karna, of Duryodhan? I've heard they wear very colorful turbans. Can you just get me nice silken colorful clothes so that I can dress up my dolls? Brihanala says, done. Whatever it is, I'm going to get you those lovely clothes, lovely turbans that you have asked for. Uttara was very happy and says, all the best, Brihanala. Now, Brihanala is the charioteer, Uttar is sitting on the chariot to fight the war, and they walk towards, they ride towards the battle. They are going to fight. Now, Uttar, when he sees Karna, Duryodhan, Dushwasan, Uttar starts palpitating. He completely loses his nerve. And he's almost fainting. He says, I can't fight them. They are so big, they are so huge. He's completely intimidated by them. Brihanala says, okay, I'll do the fighting for you. You chill, you relax. So he told Uttar to become the charioteer and he starts fighting the Kurus. And what a fight! Oh my God, the way he wielded his arrows, the way he wielded his sword. He just kind of got them down just like that. And while Karna and Uttar was surprised to see Karna, Duryodhan, they're just lying senseless on the ground. Brihanala, once the battle was done and they have completely defeated the handful of Kuru army that was there, Brihanala silently says that, look, you have nothing to worry about. Now they are all lying senseless. All that you will now do is go to Karna, take his turban. It's yellow in color. Go to Duryodhan, go to Dushwasan. Their turban is blue in color. Most probably Drona's turban is also there. You just take their scarves and their turbans. I need to take it back to the palace. Uttar was so overwhelmed with Brihanala's strength and everything. He was ready to do whatever Brihanala would ask him. So he slowly walks with a lot of trepidation. What if they wake up? He goes and he takes their turbans, gives it to Brihanala and silently sits in the chariot. And of course Brihanala and Uttar, they go back to the kingdom. The moment they go back to the kingdom, Brihanala goes to the ladies' chambers. Uttara was very happy to see the teacher back again. And Uttara says, have you brought what I wanted? And Brihanala says, yes, I do. And immediately Brihanala gives Uttara all the turbans that she had asked for. Blue, yellow, white. Uttara was very happy to get such colorful turbans. And it was all wonderful. The next day, when Uttara wakes up, Uttara sees that her teacher is nowhere there. In the queen's chamber, Queen Sudeshna, was busy looking for Malini. Malini was also not there. Brihanala was not there. Malini was not there. And someone heard that the cook, Ballav, he was also missing. Everyone was surprised. Suddenly, when King Virat is sitting on his throne, walk in Yudhishthir, Arjun, Bhim, Nakul, Sahadev and Draupadi. And Virat was looking at them. And the Pandavas were really, really famous. Everybody knew about them. Everybody knew about their power. And the Pandavas walk in front of Virat and says that, well, we have been in your kingdom for the last 1 year. And Virat is looking. And Arjun says, yes, I was the dance teacher. I was Brihandala. And that's Draupadi. She was Malini, the helping hand of Queen Sudeshna. And that's, of course, Kanak, Yudhishthir, who was playing the game of chess with you. And that's Nakul, that's Sahadev. And that's Ballav. Ballav is Bhim, who was your cook. And Virat was overwhelmed. I mean, the Pandavas had been there for 1 year and he could not recognize them. And he was like, he was welcoming them with open arms, because there was this condition that the Pandavas had to fulfill, where in their exile, the last year, they had to be in disguise. And Virat says that, I'm so glad to have you powerful men who have been in my kingdom. Today I am openly offering my daughter's hand in marriage to you, Arjun, because you have seen my daughter in such close proximity. And Arjun folds his hands and says, thank you so much, Virat, but I can't do this. And Virat is affronted that, why, is there a problem with my daughter? I mean, she's beautiful, she's young, she's everything, and I'm handing her over to you. Arjun says that, well, I stayed with your daughter in her chambers. I've almost been like her father. I have touched her. I have, I have kind of corrected her mudras when she was dancing. I have played with her. And who does that? A father does that with a daughter. So I am like a father to her. But what I can do is, I can get my son Abhimanyu married to your daughter Uttara, and I will be her father-in-law. And Virat was very happy, and Virat knew that this is a fantastic, very, very, very great alliance. So with a great pomp and with a great show, he organizes Uttara and Abhimanyu's wedding in a place called Upaplav. And in Upaplav, everyone was there. Every powerful king who are on the Pandav side were all invited for this wedding, because this was also a time when the Pandavas were strategizing the war. Abhimanyu was also a part of that huge strategizing. And during that wedding, a very, very quiet, calm sage comes in. And that sage blesses Uttara and says, you, my dear girl, will be carrying on the Kuru line. And I bless you that you remain happy and you have the strength to carry on the Kuru line. And with that blessing, Uttara and Abhimanyu, they get married. What happens to them after marriage? I'll tell you in the next episode. Bye for now.